Welcome back to the Burke Family 54 Comics YouTube channel. My name is Steve, and this is episode 3 in my new podcast that I just started in the last couple weeks. Thank you if you are listening to this point, and thank you to my channel members. And our family tier, we have Ruben Guzman, Mark from Legion of Comics, Sam, the cover collector, Mike V, Keith over at Deep Dive Comics, Robert Flash 6792, Dustin, Comic Book Poser, Selwyn, Collectibles Lounge, and my latest new family tier member, we got Kidrano Prince. Thank you to my family tier members, and thank you to my friend tier. We got DJ Links, and thank you to all my supporter tier members as well. So if you are listening, you already know that this is a 3-part podcast. The first topic will always be my new Comic Book Day polls for the week. My second topic this week is going to be tips for how to build your comic book YouTube. And then my third topic this week is going to be just creators and celebrities that I would personally like to meet. Let's go and kick things off here with topic 1, segment 1. We got new Comic Book Day polls. So I did not get a chance to go to the comic book store last week. Just because we had conferences and we were able to do those remotely. So I was at home, and if people don't know, I do live an hour away from the local comic book shop that I shop at. So I will definitely be grabbing Power Rangers #1 that came out last week and Flash #765. And I'm probably going to be grabbing TMNT #111 as well. In terms of books that are coming out this week, I'm definitely going to be grabbing Batman #103 by James Tynion IV. He is just killing it on Batman for about almost 20 issues now, honestly. He's been doing an amazing job. We got all these new characters. We got the Ghostmaker, and we have the Clown Hunter in here, and Harley Quinn, and lots of really cool stuff happening in Batman right now. Definitely grabbing Batman 103, the Matina variant, because anything Matina does, I have to grab for sure. I'm also grabbing Venom #30 by Donny Cates, and I believe Luke Ross is the artist on this book. It's a guest artist. It is a finale to, I want to say it's Venom Beyond, where they're over in the Codex universe, which is, spoiler, Dylan from another universe, where he is basically the ruler there. And then the regular Dylan from our universe is also there, but he's still a kid. And yeah, so Codex and Venom are going to be going at it finally in this issue, Venom issue 30. Definitely going to be grabbing that. I'm really excited about the King in Black storyline finally getting here in a couple weeks. I'm also going to be grabbing Nightwing #76. I love me some Nightwing. I love those sidekick characters, you know, Nightwing and Wally West and all of that. I just love those sidekick characters. Nightwing has been great. Dan Jurgens has been killing it on it. The variant is cool, but I'll probably be grabbing the regular cover. It just looks like a really awesome regular cover. So I'm definitely going to be grabbing Nightwing #76. I've been picking that up since issue 60. I've been picking up Venom since issue 25, and then Batman I have since, you know, Batman Rebirth, and I have every single issue of Batman since issue 1, or I guess you could say issue 0, even though it was a annual from the New 52. So I have pretty much every single Batman issue for the last 9 or 10 years. And then I just jumped on a bandwagon on Venom and Nightwing in the last year or so. And then there are some other books that I am on the fence on grabbing. Crossover #1. I keep hearing good things about that. That came out a couple weeks ago by Donny Cates. And, you know, everyone's pretty hot on that right now, honestly. So if he still has a copy, I will probably pick one up just so I can read it and I can talk to you guys about it. And, you know, it's a pretty cool premise. So, I mean, I'll probably grab that if it's still there. We'll see. Symbiote Spider-Man King in Black #1. I did really like the Symbiote Spider-Man #1 that I read not that long ago. I want to say maybe it was like a year and a half ago. I thought it was pretty good, honestly. And we know that the King in Black is coming, so this is kind of a tie-in, but not really. So I might be grabbing that. But I don't want to get stuck buying all the tie-ins for King in Black, kind of like I felt like I was doing with Death Metal. I'm only going to be grabbing... oh, I didn't even mention that. I'm grabbing Death Metal number 5 as well this week. Death Metal, I'm only going to be grabbing the regular. I'm not going to be grabbing any more tie-ins. I'm done with that. I'm tired of it. I just kind of want this storyline to be over, honestly. Tired of paying for it. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo do a great job with it, but I'm getting some fatigue for sure with Death Metals, but I will be grabbing Death Metal number 5. And then Something is Killing the Children number 12. I'm definitely going to be reading that. I don't know if I'm going to be picking up the floppy or not, but I'm hearing pretty good things about Something is Killing the Children. Last issue was kind of intriguing. I don't really still know what's going on. Honestly, I feel like overall people really don't know what's going on. Feels very much like Stranger Things on Netflix, but I might be grabbing that. And then some books that I keep hearing good things about. Immortal Hulk number 40. Mark, this one's for you, man. Everyone's been saying it's been really good. I know John's Comics of Kids used to pick this up. I don't think he does anymore, but he really used to like Immortal Hulk, and we're on issue 40 that comes out this week. Alex Ross covers are pretty sweet on there. Justice League number 57. I've been hearing good things about that. I just didn't really feel like picking up 5 issues in a row of a tie-in, so probably not grabbing that. But I mean, I've heard good things, so who knows. Ice Cream Man number 21. I think that's a horror book. I don't really know that much about it, but from what I understand, it's like a horror book. And what's really cool is the 616 Comics did a exclusive for this that looked like Dr. Manhattan holding a ice cream cone over a certain area on his body, and it sold out, I believe, pretty quickly. But I've been hearing good things about that book. I'm just not a horror fan. That's kind of why I'm probably going to stop picking up Department of Truth, just because I want to feel happy when I'm done reading books, not like, sad or whatever. And then Usagi Yojimbo. I've been hearing good things about this from my friend Ryan Pond, new guy. So I'm definitely going to be picking up, like I said, books that came out last week. Power Rangers 1, Flash number 765, TMNT number 111. And then this week, Batman 103, Venom 30, Nightwing 76, and Death Metal number 5. That is going to conclude segment number 1 and episode 3 of my podcast. All right, we are on to segment 2 of my podcast here, my 3rd episode in my podcast, and it is titled Building Your Comic Book YouTube. All right, so a lot of you guys have heard this before, my whole story about how I started my YouTube, where I was at, and where I'm at now, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go over that again. So I started YouTube January 2019. This was after starting my Instagram in, I think it was June or July of 2018. I started building relationships there on Instagram, and then I started watching YouTube videos, talking to people in the chat. People would always see me always there for, a couple months. But in January 2019, I had 8 subscribers. And I want to say after like a year on YouTube, I was at I only had like 2 to 3 videos above 200 views. And I was at like 460 subscribers. And so it was not going very well at the time, honestly. It was not going great. But, I was having fun. I wasn't putting out very much content per week. Probably 1, maybe 2 videos per week. But this year, January 2020, I just got on YouTube one day and I was watching one of my friends, Devin, Comics and Stuff. He has like 4,000 subs or so. Where he did like a yearly top comic books to invest in. And each one of those videos was getting like 15 to 20,000 views. And I was like, man, I need to make one of these, And honestly, that video that I made kind of changed my channel. Well, that and like all the hard work I've been putting in. But that one video has 10,000 views, which is obviously my top video on my channel. And it's gotten me almost 200 subscribers, I want to say. And from like January, right when I started, I put that video out along with a few others. I went up like 150 subscribers in like a month or a month and a half. So I went from like 460 to 600 pretty quick, right after I announced my 500 subscriber giveaway. And obviously that video, what comic books to invest in for 2020. But right around March, I want to say, right when we hit quarantine, basically, is when I decided, okay, I'm going to start taking this YouTube thing a little bit more serious. Before, I was just doing my Thursday night chat once a week. And then random videos here and there, like my new comp birthday hauls or, whatever was I decided to unbox that came in, all of that stuff. And since I started taking it more serious, I've been doing at least 5 videos every single week for like 8 months now. And obviously, if you guys are following my channel, I usually put out around 7 or more videos most weeks. I think 5 is the least I've done in a single week, and that's only happened like maybe once or twice. But as I started to make more content, more subscribers started flowing in. The views kept going up, and I decided to jump in as well on making the top picks video for New Comic Book Day, which is, everyone makes that video. Like Bueller, that video gets like 5,000 to 10,000 views a week just for him. And everyone else does it, but I decided to go ahead and do that because, like, if you've noticed on YouTube, like the videos that get the most play are CGC unboxings, New Comic Book Day picks, and investing videos. And so obviously, I'm gonna continue to do CGC unboxings and New Comic Book Day top picks, and then obviously I've been starting to do that monthly what to invest in series, the top 10 books to invest in for November, October, whatever it is. Each one of those videos has like 1,000 or 2,000 views, and obviously I intermix other videos as well, like what other books to invest in. Like I did like a modern comic books to invest in. I did like Spider-Man comic books to invest in, and I try to mix those in, but I definitely continue to do the monthly hot books to invest in, and because those are ones that just get a lot of play. And so most of my views honestly, I don't say this very much, but most of my views actually come from videos that I actually don't really enjoy making, and the videos that I love making actually get the least amount of views. And that's honestly just how YouTube kind of works. So that's kind of my journey. January 2019, 8 subscribers. Here I am, November 2020 at almost 1,700 subscribers. And so my advice for you, if you are trying to build your channel, would be to just basically look at what other videos on YouTube that are in your genre get the most views, and try to make yours similar to that, or try to make videos like that. Because good content creators borrow, great ones steal the ideas for those videos and try to make them better themselves. Another thing that I would definitely suggest people do would be to create a constant stream of content. You almost have to force people to watch your videos because you're putting out so much. But if you put out enough consistently, people will watch. Those views will go up. I mean, a video that has like 30 to 100 views now, maybe in 6 months it'll have 600 or maybe 6,000. I had a video after like 6 months had like 170 views, and then like 6 months later it had 600 views. So you never know what video is gonna thrive, and honestly all you can do is just continue to make content and people will watch. Build relationships. Honestly, this community is amazing, and I've gotten a lot of opportunities just because I've built those relationships. Try to work with as many other people as possible, whether it's high channels, low channels, businesses, your comic book store, whatever it is. Try to work with as many people as possible because those relationships matter just as much as your subscribers and your views. And with those relationships, obviously try to respond to all of your comments, whether it's a like or a heart, or you're actually responding to them, or people are asking you questions via DM on Instagram, which brings me actually to my next point, which is cross promote yourself as much as possible from Instagram or whatever it is to YouTube. I've actually gained a few more subscribers on YouTube just because I've been promoting more on the Twitter machine. And obviously I promote a lot on Instagram, like whether it's like, I post a photo of a CGC book and I'm like, hey, this is one of my CGC books that just came in. If you want to see the full unboxing, head over to my YouTube. That's just one way that you can do, cross promotion of your YouTube channel on Instagram or whatever. And then have something unique about your channel, whether it's a saying you always say, or a segment, or something you like versus what everyone else likes. Just have something unique about your channel that makes you stand out. Like people like obviously we all like the same thing. We all like comic books or whatever it is, but try to make something about your channel different and unique so people will come to you versus somewhere else. And just have fun, you know, making these videos and hanging out, talking to people. That's the most fun part of this whole YouTube thing, is just hanging out, honestly. And if you're not having fun, then you shouldn't be doing it. But that's why I continue to make videos that maybe not everyone likes. Like I really, really, really enjoy making my podcast and my spoiler-free reviews of Power Ranger books. Now, those don't get very many views, but I enjoy making them. I don't really enjoy making my new Comic Book Day Top Picks video every week, but that video gets a lot of views. So it's kind of like a balance, but as long as you're having fun overall, that's definitely the biggest thing there is for sure. All right, so that's going to end segment 2. We're going to move on to segment 3, which is creators and celebrities that I would like to meet. First off, I need to talk about some creators and celebrities that I've already met. And for the sake of this being about comic books, I'm only going to talk about comic book related creators, characters, and celebrities and all of that. So I have met Clayton Crane. He came to my LCS for an in-person signing. That was cool. He was really nice and an amazing artist. It was really cool to meet him. I did meet Jason David Frank, the original Green Ranger. I took a photo with him. I got some stuff signed by him. He is awesome. Speaking of someone that's awesome, we have Freddie E. Williams. He is an artist. He is the person that did the TMNT Batman, all 3 volumes of it, with James Tynion in the 4th. And he did some of the covers for TMNT Universe, and he did like Masters of the Universe, I want to say, as well. He's from Kansas City, and he's just a really, really, really cool dude. I have Volume 1 and Volume 2, all of the books signed by him, and I need to get my Volume 3 signed by him as well, as soon as they open up cons again. I met Brian Azzarello. He was not very sociable. Not a big fan of meeting him. Tom King was one of the nicest guys that I've met in person. I really enjoyed meeting him. Seated right next to him at that con was Clay Mann, and I did not enjoy my interaction with him. He seemed like a jerk, honestly, to me, at least that day. And then I have done a Zoom call interview with Kyle Higgins, which at some point, hopefully, the interview will be posted. Maybe not, but I did interview him, and he was really cool. And I've messaged him before, and he's just a really cool dude. But I would love to meet him in person and get a signature from him. So in terms of people I would actually like to meet, obviously Jim Lee, one of the biggest guys in the comic book world. His artwork is amazing. He seems like a really cool dude, and I would just love to meet Jim Lee. I'm a big DC fan, so Jim Lee's definitely near the top of my list. Francesco Mattina, I love his covers, and I just love his artwork, and he seems like a cool dude as well. So I'd like to meet him. Jeff Johns is one of my favorite writers of all time, so I'd really like to meet Jeff Johns. I don't think that will ever happen, but it would be cool to meet him. Dan Jurgens, Dan the Man, would be really cool to meet. Kevin Eastman. Now, I have seen him at a con, and I got something signed by him, but the facilitator got it signed by him for me, which I was not a fan of. And I did see him speak at the con, but I didn't actually get to meet him. So I would really like to meet him and Peter Laird. Ryan Parrott, I've been really trying to get him on my YouTube channel for a long time. Keeps dodging me. Hopefully I can get him on at some point. Gani Montez, man, how can you not like his covers for Power Rangers? I love his artwork. It's amazing. James Tynion the 4th, amazing writer. I feel like he'd be really cool to meet. I would really, really, really like to meet all of the living Mighty Morphin Power Rangers cast members, whether it's, the original cast or any of the other ones. It would honestly be really cool if, at like a con, I was a panel host, along with some other people with all the Power Rangers, and like ask some questions. Like that would be like, that's a goal. Along with getting my own variant, that is a goal, to be like big enough to where at cons people have me host panels and talk to these people on stage in front of a whole bunch of people. That would be really, really, really cool. Grant Gustin, I love the Flash TV show. While Barry is not my favorite, I like Wally more. I do love his portrayal of Barry. I love the Flash TV show. Every single season has been good. Obviously some better than others. He does an amazing job as Barry, and I just love the TV show. Donny Cates, I feel like would be pretty cool to meet. He seems like a cool dude. He's a little different. Um, if you know anything about what he does or like how he talks or all that outside of comic books, you know what I'm talking about. But I do feel like he'd be cool to meet. Probably a cool dude to party with. And in terms of MCU and DCEU characters, Jason Momoa would be really cool to meet. I feel like he'd be just a lot of fun to just hang out with and go to a bar with or whatever. Ryan Reynolds, man, that would be cool to meet him and talk about Green Lantern and Deadpool. He seems like a cool dude. Chris Pratt, I love Chris Pratt. I think he's an amazing actor. I would love to meet him. And then Scarlett Johansson, I would love to meet her. And I think I'm not the only one that would like to meet her. She's an amazing actress, and she did a great job as Black Widow, and just overall, she's a really good actress. Who else am I missing? I don't know. I'm sure there are other people I forgot to put on my list. Let me know in the comment section who you would like to meet and what you guys thought of my list of people I'd like to meet. So that is going to conclude my episode 3 of my weekly Burke Family 54 Comics podcast, which I need a name for my podcast. So if someone could comment below a good name for my podcast, that would be great. So I can start coming up with the name of it every single time. Hey, welcome to the Burke Family 54 Comics, whatever podcast. Let me know what I should name it. All of that. Again, my name is Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics. Thank you again to my channel members and family tier. We got Ruben Guzman, Legion of Comics, The Cover Collector, Mike V, Deep Dive Comics, Flash 6792, The Comic Book Poser, Collectibles Lounge, and Kidrano Prince. Thank you for joining. Friend tier, we got DJ Links, and thank you to the supporter tier as well. Thanks everyone for listening. And as always, go Cats, Cowabunga, and it's Morphin time.